Hello, welcome back to Outlandish Claims, everyone. We're here to talk football. Don't pay attention to the baseball backgrounds of the two lazy asses beneath me. It's football. You pay attention to what the host has. That's because I'm the hostess with the Philadelphia Eaglesist. Gentlemen, speaking of Philadelphia, in the same division as the Philadelphia Eagles are the Washington football team. They have been fined $10 million for their culture in 1 minute or less. Air quotes, Demetrius. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Beautiful job. In 1 minute or less, and Demetrius, because of the air quotes, we're going to start with you. Is $10 million enough? And if not, how much would have been enough? And to note, the $10 million is all going to be donated to charity, which I think is the most genius thing ever, but we're going to let Demetrius start.
Oh, great. Way to Washington that up and cover it up. I'm like, oh, yeah, we're going to find you guys. Let's go to charity. First of all, hey, shout out to Dan Snyder for making his wife co-CEO. It means nothing. Now, to answer the question, $10 million is only half enough. You know what is enough? All of Dan Snyder's contract. Dan Snyder, is Bruce Allen gone? Is Bruce Allen gone?
He's been gone.
Good. Let's get Dan Snyder out. Then we can fix it.
It's funny you mentioned Bruce Allen because I want to quote him when these issues first arose. He said, the culture is pretty damn good. Is it, Bruce? Is it? Gosh. But to answer the $10 million fine, is it enough? Of course not. This is Dan Snyder we're talking about. If you really want to hit him where it hurts, you got to pull a Dr. Evil. You got to take $1 billion. You do that, maybe there's a culture change. And don't get me wrong, I love the fact that Ron Rivera is kind of leading the way and they've been pacing in the right direction. But like Demetrius said, it all starts at the top. Once you get rid of that, maybe, just maybe, it'll improve.
Ron Rivera, Chase Young, and last year Alex Smith were the only bright spots within the past several seasons.
Demetrius froze.
Okay.
Keep going.
Anyways, Ron Rivera, Chase Young, and last year's Alex Smith have been the only bright spots for this team. I mean, hell no, it's not enough. Because you know why even though it's nice it's going to charity, the stipulation of that, they can write it off in their taxes. So this is literally just throwing money at the poor, basically. That's what this is.
Well, no, they're being fined the $10 million, and then the NFL is donating it. So no, they're not. They don't get to write it off. The NFL is donating the money.
It's like Kodak Black throwing $100,000 in the water.
Sure. I'm sure that there's some sort of loophole that Dan Snyder will find in order to write it off.
That's fair enough.
Anyways, but what do you expect? This is a team that gave Albert Haynesworth $100 million, a team that ran their franchise quarterback into the ground, then fired their Super Bowl winning coach in Mike Shanahan, gave Jay Gruden power that he should have never deserved, had all of these sexual allegations come afloat, had to basically, because of public pressure, change their team identity. This franchise does not care. They haven't cared about their fans in over 30 years since Dan Snyder took over the team. And so if you want some sort of culture change, screw the money, draft picks. Take draft picks from them and then see a culture change.
Speaking of Snyder, actually, again, so when I alluded to Dan Snyder making his wife co-CEO, she might lead the charge in changing the team name. So I can't wait to see how that goes.
As far as my particular look in this goes, $10 million is not enough. Good for the NFL for donating it to charity. That's probably the smartest thing you could have done, except for fining them 10 times that amount, because $100 million from Dan Snyder would not have mattered. With that, we will move on to what is this now? I guess it's our yearly Josh Gordon time. So for the millionth time, million and first, I have lost track. He's filing for reinstatement. Just like I said last week with Sha'Carri Richardson, why are we punishing people for smoking weed? It's not a performance-enhancing drug unless you're trying to face Joey Chestnut. This is not a thing.
Mm.
I get it's the rule. Stop making it the rule. States are decriminalizing it. Why are you special, NFL?
Yeah. So, I mean,
it's not just the weed. I hate to be the to cut off here, but like, yeah, Josh Gordon was testing positive for marijuana and he was suspended for it, but it's more than just that. Watching some documentaries on him and some inside interviews, he's had drug problems for years. It's not just marijuana. That was a gateway drug for what he's been doing, and that's what he's been trying to come back from. Although, yeah, it's crazy how many times he's been reinstated and how many times he has to reinstate himself. You know, it's almost like, you know, this might be the last chance he gets. And I think
It
he'll take
definitely is
advantage
the
of it.
last chance he gets. And I will argue a little bit here that I get there's more to it than just weed, but it all started with just weed. So this is the fact
no,
that
yeah. I mean,
it shouldn't have started with weed at all, and maybe we're not here if he doesn't get kicked out the first 500 times.
No, I agree.
So it's just like enough already. Like if states' laws are starting to not make it a big deal, why is the NFL still making this a thing?
Because I feel like, speaking of the spectrum terms, Josh Gordon, with his reinstatement at least, is the positive spectrum of this. Is the positive side of the spectrum. The negative side of the spectrum will be Martavis Bryant. Martavis Bryant has not only been has only tested positive and then been now kicked out of the league for it. He's also pitched away several contracts with it.
Yep.
Starting in Pittsburgh, going to Oakland.
The same can be said of Justin Blackmon, too.
Yes, Justin Blackmon. Yeah, definitely Justin Blackmon. Yeah. So
And then on the flip side, if I may just interject really quick here, this isn't a drug thing, but the way they punish Josh Gordon and they refuse to punish Jameis Winston is incredibly hypocritical.
Mm.
It's complete crap.
Mm.
I've never liked Jameis Winston since I found out what he did in college. Like him even less, if that was even possible, considering he continued to do it in the pros. And the fact that the NFL has done nothing about this, but they want to continually besmirch Josh Gordon for like how many years in a row for weed. And granted, there are other things that came up after the weed. I grant that, but it was just weed at the start, and they did this for years. It's like, enough. Just stop it. You're not the moral police here. Just stop it. You have no idea how to punish people. Shut up.
Like there are several players and to excuse my French, have pissed away their careers. Josh Gordon, the man wants to play football. He's trying to come back every time.
Yeah.
Every time he's trying to come back. The man wants to play ball.
He does.
At the end of the day, that's what he wants to do.
And think about the time we're in when everybody's trying to find ways to keep themselves healthy and get out and retire early.
Yeah.
Because they want to protect themselves, which is fair, understandable, and more than acceptable. He's like, I want to play the game. Let me freaking play. Like, this is a guy you could easily have out there as an advocate for the game of football, but while you're playing it the safe way. And instead, you refuse to let him have any kind of leeway.
Exactly.
Mike, he started about 5 different times and gotten run over by me. I'm sorry. Continue.
No, you're good. I think that first to your point about cannabis, I mean, Ricky Williams got ran out of the league for smoking weed. So I 100% agree with you on that. That being said, to Gio's point, I think, and to your point, the weed led to something deeper here. And this is a young brother who's still only 30 years old. I mean, it's crazy to think that it was 7 years ago that he was a first-team All-Pro receiver for the Cleveland Browns. Imagine him in that Cleveland Browns offense right now. Oh, my God. Forget about it.
They'd have 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's at that age where, to your point, the chances are not as frequent as they once were. So what is it that you do with it? One can only hope that this spell that has been cast on Josh Gordon and those demons that he's been battling are finally past him this time. I think that we've all been excited to see him not only shine, but also compete for a championship with both the Patriots and then the Seahawks, only to see it not come to fruition. So I'm crossing my fingers and I'm hopeful, because you never want to see a young athlete's prime robbed by drugs specifically.
With that, we will move into some lighter discussion here. It's only the beginning of July. You know, we got plenty of time before the NFL starts its season. So with that in mind, tell me who you have winning each division and going to the Super Bowl and winning.
Oh man. Okay.
Nah,
Oh my
I've got
goodness.
something better. I've got a better question for you guys.
You know what? I got a better question for you, Demetrius. You're wearing an Auburn jersey. Do you realize Auburn is just a fancy word for brown? We understand you're a Cleveland fan. It's over.
Look, all
It's
right.
over.
Look,
It's over.
look.
Auburn is just a fancy word for brown. We know you're a
It's not even
Cleveland.
a Cam Newton jersey.
It's not. I got this done personally. This is mine. I relish in the downfall of Alabama. All right, every single
I
season.
think we all do, honestly. I think we all relish in the downfall of Alabama. Am I wrong, guys?
Auburn's
Oh,
last big win. Adam actually called me that night.
I did. It was fun.
My question. I know we're talking about division winners, but me on the flip side, who do you guys think is going to be the first team to go 0-17?
Oh, I like that question. All right, we'll start with that, and then we'll go into division winners. All right. So, who wants to start off? Who wants to start the? You know what? It was your question, Demetrius. You direct who answers the question.
The Giants.
Oh, I was saying you pick who answers. I wasn't saying you.
Oh, okay. My answer is the Giants next year. They go 0-17.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
We're gonna start with
No. Just start.
Now you gotta start with Mike now.
You said the Giants. I think, and unfortunately, you've lost track of this because Mike's gonna bowl
Okay.
over whichever one.
No,
of us.
you're all cap. First off, okay, the Eagles are going to lose more games than the Giants this year. Second off,
Cap. Gio, it's cap or no cap.
right?
It's no cap. There's three of us.
That's cap. That's cap, bro. How could you not pick the Detroit Lions? That should be everybody's answer.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Aaron Rodgers might be gone, so you know.
So we got Lions, we got Giants. I guess that leaves me or Gio to answer. Demetrius, who's answering next?
Gia. We're gonna go Gia.
Oh joy. See, the sexy pick is Detroit, but I'm gonna piss off Matt Carmines and go Jacksonville.
You're outside your mind. I wanted to
No,
say Jacksonville,
no,
but then I was
wait,
like, no, there's no way.
I'm agreeing with Gio for the sole fact that now that if that happens or any loss of any stretch, Trevor Lawrence will have lost the game for the first time in his career.
That's also very true.
Oh, my God.
People
All right,
don't realize that.
here we go. Y'all ready for an outlandish claim?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Las Vegas.
Oh?
Derek Carr's on his way out. They don't want him there for some reason. So once he's gone, what's the answer? Michigan State's quarterback? No.
It's
Right.
funny because Devontae Adams.
They're gonna sign Brandon Lewerke.
Devontae Adams wants to play with him. But you know what? Devontae Adams is the one guy in Green Bay they actually respect and don't want to let go of. So goodbye, Aaron Rodgers. Hello, Derek Carr.
Outlandish claim number 2.
I rate that. I also outlandish claim they're gonna make him win number 5.
So with that, we will now jump to division winners and Super Bowl winner. So from the ultimate loser to the ultimate winner, let's jump right into it. I will give you guys some time, and I will, unless you guys are ready, in which case you can.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, you're ready. So go for it, baby.
I
Go.
just hate doing it because I realistically know the Jets are not going to do anything this year in the playoffs.
Same.
Because they're not going to make the playoffs. Going from the AFC East, Bills repeat. AFC West, Chiefs. AFC North is where it gets interesting. I'm going to go Ravens. And then the AFC South, I'm going to go with the Colts. Wildcard teams. Yes, to your belief, I do think that Wentz is good enough for a good supporting cast, and they edge out the Titans. The Titans are one of my wildcard teams. The second wildcard team is Miami. So that's my AFC.
Whoa, the Steelers. You have the Steelers missing the playoffs.
I do.
Did you see what happened last year?
I like it.
Yeah,
I
after
like it.
last year's second half, I have no faith in them.
I like it.
And especially
I like
with Big Ben's arm, it's going. So,
Yep.
NFC East. Oh man, this is tough because this division sucks from top to bottom.
Hey, Jalen Hurts is starting for us this year. Don't disrespect the Hurts.
And that's why the
Let's
Cowboys
speak
win
to
the
the
NFC East in my eyes.
Screw you, miserable whore.
I'll go Seahawks for the NFC West. The North, because I think Rodgers won't play in Green Bay. I think that the Bears somehow win because that division is going to be ass without Rodgers dominating it.
Mitch Trubisky, playoff T.
Well, Justin Fields is going to be the one that brings the
I rate that. I rate it. Playoff team.
I got 2 ratings from Demetrius. This is a win today.
Well, with Justin Fields also there, I think he becomes a second-half starter, and they take that division. Another outlandish – I mean, not really outlandish because we know he's good. NFC South, I'm going to go Bucks. I feel like the squad's back. Nothing's going to change. And no Drew Brees. The Saints really don't have much of a chance to retain the division. So wild card teams, my 2 wild card teams, I got Arizona as one of the wild card teams, and then the second one's going to be the Saints. Super Bowl, I got the Bills losing to actually, no, I wouldn't say that. Actually, yeah, Seahawks beat the Bills.
I'll go Buffalo. AFC West, Chiefs, easy, repeat. AFC North, I like Baltimore. AFC South, Titans, easy. 2 wild card teams, Dolphins and Cleveland. And caveat, I think Cleveland gets in with an 11-5 record. I think the AFC is going to be that crazy this year.
Is that 12-5 or 11-6?
Oh yeah, 12-5 because of the extra game, correct. And it's a great catch, Beach. NFC East, I'm riding with my G-man. You already know Saquon's going to come back healthy, 1,000+ yard season. Sterling Shepard's got another year under his belt. Danny dropping dimes, or one could hope. NFC West, I got the Cardinals finally winning it. I think that they overcome the shortcomings of Cliff Kingsbury as a coach, and talent takes them there. NFC North, this is disgusting. The Vikings, the Vikings, I guess. That's it, I guess. Looking at
I guess.
Right, I guess. And then, I mean, how can you go against Tampa within the NFC South? So the 2 wild cards I have are Seattle and I want to say the Bears, but I think the Rams get there. But coming out of
Matt Stafford.
Yeah, right. I have a rematch of last year's Super Bowl with the Chiefs beating the Buccaneers 34-31 in a shootout.
Ooh, he gave us a score. Gee, you want to go back and give us a score?
The Chiefs
All right, so I said to everybody here before that I had the Seahawks
Seattle
beating
beating
the Bills.
Buffalo.
Score, I would say, let's go 37-28.
All right, so my picks, East, North, South, West, both ways. I got the Bills, I got the Ravens, I got the Titans, and I got the Chiefs. And then in the NFC, I got the Eagles. I got the for some reason, I got the Bears. I got the Buccaneers. And then I got the Cardinals. And my 3 wild card teams from both sides are going to be the Browns, Dolphins, and Chargers. Let's go Justin Herbert. Gio, can I get a quack quack? And then from the NFC, I'm taking the Washington football team. I'm taking the Rams, and I'm taking the Seahawks. That was it. The Seahawks. I'm taking the Seahawks. And then my Super Bowl, I'm gonna have the Bills beating down Arizona 41-17.
NFC East, I need the Eagles to win. I'm still gonna pick them, but I need the Eagles to win. As far as the NFC North goes, outlandish claim. Justin Fields takes over for Mitch Trubisky in Week 2, leads into a division title. The NFC South, we all know the Bucs are going to win that. That's a given. And as far as the NFC West goes, I've got the Cardinals winning the NFC West.
Yes, sir.
The offensive core is finally going to evolve itself. The Phoenix will rise, all pun intended.
So
Who are your 3 wild card teams?
My 3 wild card teams, those are the non-divisional winners, correct?
Yes.
All right. So I've got the Panthers as a wild card team.
wow.
The reemergence of Christian McCaffrey will lead that offensive charge.
They also have Sam Darnold. I wouldn't be counting too much on McCaffrey, but there's your outlandish
Okay,
claim.
they had Kyle Allen.
I don't care. Kyle Allen's better than Sam Darnold.
Where? Fair, very fair. I've also got the Vikings as a wild card team. The Vikings,
All right.
the new class of the NFC North. And for the second consecutive year, the Washington football team is going to make the wild card.
They won the division.
They won the division last year, bro.
As far as the AFC goes, AFC East, the Bills win on a tiebreak. The AFC North, I've got the Browns winning the division.
Of course you do. You're wearing Auburn.
That's not
Continue.
that's not the point. The AFC South will be won by the reemergence of Carson Wentz.
No. I don't want to I don't want to hear anymore. You said the Colts. Move on. Just move on. I don't want explanation for the Colts. Move on.
The AFC,
Just keep moving.
and the Chiefs are going to win the AFC West. That's a given.
All right. And who are your 3 wild card teams?
My 3 wild card teams are the
God,
Ravens.
I got 2 of you people picking. You and Gio, both of you picking the Colts. You know, it was bad enough when Gio said it. Now I got to listen to this from you, from an Eagles fan.
My wild card teams: the Ravens, obviously, the Dolphins after Tua's amazing sophomore year, and the Denver Broncos.
Ooh, fun. I like it.
Aaron Rodgers will bring back the discount double check and lead the Broncos to the wild card.
Y'all hear this? He has Aaron Rodgers going to the Broncos.
Yeah, Gio and I were discussing this a bit earlier. Actually, it was a
Oh, really? You were? Oh, look at this! Isn't this nice? People who would have no connection to each other aside, if not, are talking to each other without me. That's lovely. Thank you. I love it. It's just it's. I mean, Demetrius is laughing right along with it, and Gio's just like, "Is this guy serious?"
Yes, I put friends together.
You're an ass. Demetrius, who you got winning the Super Bowl?
Who do you got winning the Stanley Cup? Let's go Eagles. Nick for Norse.
My Super Bowl matchup is the Chiefs being the obvious coming out of the AFC and the NFC champion. The AFC champion will be the Chicago Bears.
And who's winning?
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs. Okay, good. As long as we got that.
The Chiefs by a score of 42-3.
So you're giving me acid reflux just.
You know what?
I just want to point out he's got Justin Fields leading the Bears to the promised land, only to get cremated by the Chiefs. That's the
Yes, because it's the most Bears thing ever. They could have drafted Patrick Mahomes only to get curb stomped by him in the Super Bowl. It's fantastic. I love it. And I understand that Gio and Mike only picked 2 wildcard teams, but this was beautiful. We can't end on a different note other than the Bears lose in the Super Bowl 42-3. So email your third picks or whatever. I don't care. That'll do it for today. We'll be back tomorrow to talk about the Stanley Cup because I had a Freudian slip and I really want to do that. We'll see you then.